Tag TV and Tag Radio be seen and heard by both technology users and technology producers throughout the state of Georgia and around the world. Low cost, big benefits, powerhouse online branded video and audio has arrived. Tag TV, Tag Radio, there's a lot more to know. This edition of Tech Talk is brought to you by GlobalSpeak.com, new media consultants, corporate video and audio communications, video and audio production and distribution, live and virtual event production. Tag TV and Tag Radio is a service of GlobalSpeak.com, creatively delivering powerful marketing, video, and audio solutions. In the future, the world will be shaped by speakers and listeners, by givers and takers, by sharers and receivers, all exchanging what they deem to be most valuable: ideas. Today, commerce is the idea, but tomorrow, ideas will be commerce, facilitating safe, fast, and convenient payments. Remember when we used to call it money? Its form factors change and evolve as increasingly diverse solutions are driven by technology and customer preference. Cash was replaced by checks by physical credit cards and debit cards with magnetic chips. Now electronic chip cards have appeared. Smartphones, tablet PCs, and iPads, innovative, groundbreaking solutions that have a more direct contact with end users. And believe me, it's only just begun. No, this Tech Talk is not about the paradigm shift in the world of payments, not about the selling of white space on transactional documents or geodemographic analytic relationships, or remote digital devices that scan barcodes for end-to-end source-to-consumption exchange? No, it's not about that. Welcome, everyone. It's Thursday, April 14, 2011, and this is a TAG Premier Member Showcase edition of Tech Talk with Technology Association of Georgia President Tino Mantella. No, this Tech Talk is not about the dynamic fluidity of the global market of financial technologies. This is a candid conversation with one of the most proficient experts across the globe of fintech, whose company and team members' knowledge fuel innovation. As Tino Tech Talks with TSYS Executive Vice President, Chief Information Officer, Loyalty and Prepaid, Paul Daffin. TSYS is known around the world for its passion and enthusiasm that it brings to the business marketplace, investing hundreds of millions of dollars to develop an integrated option-driven processing system, which remains the most advanced processing system in the marketplace today. TSYS is the only single platform capable of serving a client's portfolio on more than one continent. The advantage? Mission critical to institutions planning rapid international growth. Paul brings more than 15 years of IT experience across multiple platforms and disciplines, and his TSYS leadership team and platform delivery enhancement, operational management, business, and IT strategy are literally unmatched. They are the focus areas on which he has served in several executive positions, delivering countless innovation, high functionality, and unwavering quality. The Tech Talk turns to innovation and ingenuity, and to Atlanta, albeit to TAG's recognition as having innovation in its DNA, as Tino has a candid conversation with a true thought leader, Executive Vice President, CIO, TSYS Loyalty and Prepaid, Paul Daffin.
Paul, thank you for joining me on Tech Talk today.
Hi, Tino. Thank you. Glad to be here.
Well, let's jump in. You're obviously with an important company in our community, and you're part of a real movement here in Georgia, and we call it the Where Georgia Leads areas, and certainly fintech or financial technologies and payment processing is part of that activity. And Atlanta seems to be growing, according to our statistics, faster than most communities out there, and I would say it's a hotbed for technology growth. And so I wanted to get your thoughts on why you think it's a great place to build a business, assuming that you do think it's a great place to build a business.
Certainly we do. I know you mentioned earlier that there's a lot of movement in the payments and financial services technology space here in Atlanta, and that's something that definitely is a driver for us. And we view Atlanta as an epicenter for payments in North America. But larger than that, certainly Atlanta is a home to a lot of significant corporate global entities, and that, along with being an attractive place to live and a hotbed for newly minted educational technology talent, helps, I think, to drive a lot of innovation in the Atlanta area. And what we see out of the market here is a lot of folks that are passionate and interested in the technology space, and that tends to drive more innovative thinking and the types of talent levels that we seek. And
you mentioned talent, so let's go a little deeper with that. Is it difficult to attract and retain talent here for your company?
Well, I think certainly that bringing in and then retaining the best people in any market is a challenge that as a company you have to be prepared to meet. Certainly you think about things like competitive compensation packages and whatnot, but what we found over the years is the key is really three things for us. One is ensuring that we have folks engaged in interesting and innovative work, and that the pace of that work, secondly, and therefore their learning and professional development is fast enough to keep them engaged with us. And lastly, for us, it's important that our folks in our teams connect to an actual result, whether it's a product or a client or a market, and we think that that's something certainly that we do differently. And I know there are other companies that take the same view, but our viewpoint is that connecting those people to a result and to a market is important. And so we work very hard to ensure that they are engaged in teams that are doing rapid delivery work that is where they're able to bring innovation to the table and connect to that end result, whether it's a product or a market.
Well, like most industries, the trends and the business is changing quite fast as we look at it from the outside looking in. So how do you keep on top of those trends, and how do you determine which trends to follow or which directions to take with your platform?
Sure. That's a tough one. It's a good question because I don't think from a general perspective that we at TSYS do anything dramatically differently. We continue to scour the market, whether it's competitors, the best-in-class providers by segment, even outside of our own industry, like Apple and Google, for example. Our customers, knowing what they're up to and what the consumer trends are, as well as the larger kind of macroeconomic indicators and trends. We follow all of those things, and we scour the market on a daily and weekly basis. But the trick to bringing that home is to have the discipline to focus on those trends on a routine basis so that we can zero in on opportunities that fit for us. When you talk about how to determine what to follow, I think it certainly goes back to our people first and foremost. We rely heavily on the experience of our team, along with certainly the discipline around business cases for new opportunities. But within our team, we certainly see a lot of opportunities. We're at the center of a lot of opportunities with our clients and with prospects in the industry. So we have a lot of visibility to what works and what doesn't, and we apply that, our experience to that, the experience of our collective team to that, to determine kind of what is really going to add value for our clients and what is going to be kind of an also-ran, if you will. From an IT-specific perspective, and we think about innovation inside of our technology platforms, we think, again, back to people. It's hiring the right people with the right passion for technology and giving them the time to explore and experiment and letting them determine what would be worthy investments for our technology platforms versus what's going to be really a low value add for us in the end.
And I have time for one more question. It goes back to your clients or your customers, maybe the end users, but how do you ensure that you're meeting the needs of the market, particularly the market that you're targeting, and do you have any creative ways that you're working with that market to get feedback in order to make your decisions?
We do the blocking and tackling basics, as you might imagine. We have competitive analyses, and we have analysis of the market against what we consider to be best-in-class players. In terms of unique twists on that, I think what we've done here in Loyalty and Prepaid is build a heavy emphasis on brand and consumer marketing expertise, and that's unique in our space because we combine that with our technology and operations delivery capability to continually evaluate through that kind of brand and consumer market feedback, whether it's surveys or focus groups or those kinds of channels, to determine what's working and what's not. And we do a lot of testing with segments, small segments of the consumer base, so that we understand kind of, if A works better than B, and then we can put the full force behind, for a portfolio behind whichever alternatives seem to be meeting with market acceptance. Certainly, like any business, our clients vote with their feet, and the way we know we're successful ultimately is that we retain our clients, we're able to help them grow their business, and we're able to attract new clients to our solutions as well.
Well, speaking on behalf of our board of directors and the TAG team here in Atlanta, we're certainly appreciative and proud that TSYS headquarters are in Columbus and in Georgia, and I know you have a big office in Atlanta. And congratulations on your success, and thanks for being a TAG Premier member, and look forward to hearing more about TSYS in the coming months.
Thanks very much. We appreciate what TAG brings to the Atlanta area, and we're certainly proud members and appreciate your involvement in us.
Thank you.